Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Able to hear me now? For sure. You should be able to hear me now. Nah. Y'all can hear me. Like I say, I was just going over some of the things I didn't know that I had myself muted. But check this out. So I was going over some of the things for this past weekend. Like I said before, I experienced a whole lot for the second time. I experienced Saudi Arabia. Definitely a lovely place, peaceful place as well. um, and I enjoyed my time there. But I got a chance to talk to different people. Coach Cunningham, of course, he had Emma Williams fighting. Um, Although I don't think that Emma Williams should have fought that fight, but he did. Got a chance to chop it up with some of the team members from Ray Ford. He had an excellent fight with Nick Ball. That was damn a great fight, man. That fight could have went either way, but shouts out and congrats to both of those guys. But you got to give your hats off, take your hats off to Daniel Dubois as well. Daniel Dubois pretty much went in there and beat up the monster that everybody else in the division was pretty much scared to fight, and Daniel Dubois went in there and beat him, and not only just beat him, but he took it from him, and that was definitely a marvelous job by Daniel Dubois. And he's continuing to get better. And I was very critical at one point in time when Daniel Dubois fought Joe Joyce. I actually thought that Daniel Dubois quit, but neither to say the less, he definitely did bounce back. Um, I actually I actually think that he should be the unified champion or undisputed champion right now. Um, Considering the fact that I believe that there was a clean body shot when he did drop Alexander Usyk. I still to this day believe that that was a clean shot, but we can't take it back. That was so umpteen many amount of fights ago. It is what it is. Um, so congrats to Daniel Dubois. I still don't like the fact that Hutchinson said some of the racist things toward Craig Richards out there. I believe that he probably won't be back. That was one of the reasons why you see nobody at the press conference, simply because Turkey out of shape definitely closed the press conference down. He was definitely very, very upset at the fact that racist things were said from the Hutchinson camp. So he probably won't be back out there. Who else we had? Quite a good fights. I got my guy Remy on here. He gonna narrate a little bit because I went on their Remy platform earlier simply because a lot of people did not like what I wrote, and what I wrote is what Deontay said to me. Not only said it one time, but he said it twice to me, and it's the words that you see right before you. He states, "We ain't done just yet, baby." Right? And I was responding back to Coach Breadman Edwards on Twitter X. I was responding back to him. Um, so, and that can be interpreted different ways. That can be interpreted different ways. When I say we, right? When I say we, I mean as a team, we lose together. If you get knocked out, we all get knocked out. It's a hurtful feeling to all of us. That's a stomach pain for all of us. He knocked people out. It's a win. We celebrate as one. We celebrate as a team. So when I said we, right? When I say we, I meant we as a whole, simply because those was the words that was uttered out his mouth through a text message right before I responded back to Coach Breadman Edwards. Now, like I explained to Deontay, I said, well, people saying this and giving you your flowers for what you've done in the sport. Now, simply because the build up and lead up to the fight, you did say that you would consider retiring after that. So that's that's that right there is one of the reasons some are saying that. But there were some people just hop on here who I know whom I know, not here, well, here as well, Twitter as well, whom I know don't even like Deontay. People I've had conversations with, hey, your opinion is your opinion, but hey, at the end of the day, I know that you don't like Deontay. So for the fact that you telling me Oh, well, you just want to see him get hurt, this, and the third. Hey, listen. You don't know how I feel. Personally, if you guys been following along, I told you guys I didn't want Deontay to come back after the third Fury fight. You guys not appreciative enough. What is the use of him coming back? There's no reason to come back. Because no matter what he do, what he say, you guys gonna crucify him anyway. What difference does it make? And I was one of the guys who told you that I was 93% sure that he wasn't coming back. That's because he told me, hey man, just tell him I'm 93% sure not coming back. Nobody on the team knew that Deontay was coming back before until the day of the statue revealing. That's when we found out. And it was like, damn, it was really like a shock. It was one of those things like, fuck, I got to really roll with my brother right here. Got to roll with him. And even like now, it's just now hitting, over 72 hours since the fight. Just now hitting 72 hours. One of the things I had told him, I texted him when I was catching my flight. I said, bro, right after the fight, it was some things, I talked to him about that part this morning. But, when I was leaving from the fight and I was headed straight to the airport, I told him, I said, bro, I had to leave. I know you was dealing with Vada, but you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get what I need to get out this plane so I can let it all out. And he said, shit, bro, I understand. And, told me some other things as well. And I say, well, bro, look, man, we had a great run. We did this, and the third. We accomplished this. And if you look up at the scoreboard, we still winning by a large margin. Those were my exact words. Well, I say, before I knew it, he sent me a text message back saying, we ain't done just yet, baby. So that, when he says that, it's like, fuck. I got to be supportive of my brother. I got to be supportive. But at the same time, I'm still thinking like, it's right after the fight. Let him just have a couple more days to himself. Well, let me just, ask him in a couple more days. I talked to him this morning. And I'm like, shit, bro. How the kids? You talk to the kids? I said, yeah, Willie said he was watching, went over there, watched the fight with the kids and things of that nature. I said, yeah, bro, I'm just trying to make sure you're straight, bro. This is in the third. And then I said, well, people, giving you flowers now. I said, it's kind of funny. He said, well, I ain't done yet. And then he also said, well, nobody don't need to be worried about me because nobody was worried about me when it was time for me to do this to take care of my daughter. I said, yeah, bro, you're right. But you know what I'm saying? He said, no, I don't care. Nobody don't need to be worried about me. But when Deontay talks like that, I kind of got to change the subject because I know it's still fresh, right? I know it's still early. So I gotta change the subject. And that's what I did. But personally, if you've been over here, you've heard me say, I don't want Deontay to fight no more. And that was at the third Fury fight. And the reason being I said that because everybody act blind to the fact of what they actually saw in the Fury fights. Didn't nobody say, well, damn, why they changed referees 2 days before the fight? Well, damn, why did the whole Nevada State Athletic Commission quit after the third Fury fight? All of a sudden, didn't nobody say, well, damn, how did this man go from having one punch knockout power to none and couldn't knock out a little bit of Usyk? Couldn't one punch knockout power in Ngannou? But everybody act blind to the fact, right? Everybody acts blind to the fact. But I also came and say, well, damn, how about this? I say, well, he come back. Let's see how he look. He goes and fight Helenius. People had a problem with him fighting Helenius. And that's why I say you can't win for losing. And that's why he always say, damn if you do and damn if you don't. People didn't even know that Hellenius was #1 in the WBA. People didn't know that. I had to explain it today on Remy. Remy, did I not say that? If Remy, you still here, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did I not break down why Hellenius was #1? Why they fought?
Yeah, he fought in 2 eliminator fights, so the fight with Deontay was supposed to be for like a major situation going forward, right?
Absolutely. So he had 2 title defenses. Normally in boxing, you get 2 title defenses, and then you fight. You fight. Going forward. And Deontay, the reason why Deontay got #1 in the WBA is because he beat Hellenius, who had already had solidified two of his title eliminators. So Deontay took that spot and became #1. And I date that back because people want to know, well, he took 2 years off. What was going on? Well, not only was I on the Remy platform, Brandon, who was also part of the squad, he was on the platform as well. And he stated, well, Deontay was actually trying to fight Andy Ruiz since January. And I stated, well, and I told you, and the people who've been over here, they know, Deontay went out to go try to find money for the fight as well. But Andy Ruiz kept asking for this large amount, but you're not doing anything to help make this fight happen. You are the mandatory. I mean, not mandatory, but you are, I'm supposed to fight you for the mandatory position, but you're not trying to make this fight happen. You keep asking for more money, but you're not out here helping me find money for this fight. So there was a point in time where Eddie Hearn a match room in the zone was trying to get Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. You actually hear Eddie Hearn say that. But the only person that Deontay had a meeting with was Frank Smith, whom I, posted on, that I talked to him on my Twitter. And of course, the UAB officials, the Dubai Emirates officials. Those are the only people he talked to. He did not talk to Eddie about having that fight or anything. So that's how everything came up. So a lot of people don't, know the backstory to a lot of this stuff because, again, just keep it a buck. A lot of you guys didn't start watching Deontay till he knocked out Brazil because it went viral. You guys criticized everything he did. He can't box. He can't do this. Well, where were you guys when he was boxing? Where were you guys when he was packing them up, going a couple rounds and packing them up? Where were you guys when he went 12 rounds with world champion when everybody said he can't go past 6? He only got a first round knockout. All he's got his right hand. Where was you guys then? And it's quite funny because he loses the other night, and now everybody want to give him his flowers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The only problem I have with that is it's the same people who was willing to give him his flowers now are the same people who was criticizing him for every little thing he did back then. How is it all of a sudden, right? How was it all of a sudden people want to give him his credit when he loses, but then you say, man, Champ gave everything he had. It's just time for him to hang it up. He gave us a run. He surprised us with this, and well, damn, every time I seen you tweet, every time I seen you go live, you was shitting on Deontay. So where's all this coming from? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, damn if you do, damn if you don't. So I had to make sure people understand why I stood. I was one of the ones, if you go back to all my lives I did on the whole Fury situation, all those, my story never once changed. It was the same because I know what the fuck went on. I knew what took place. And I still stand 10 toes down. Anybody can come ask me a question about this shit right now. It's going to be the same from 2-3 years ago because that's what I believe and that's what I know. I know for a fact. When I told you guys recently that, hey, Turkey out of sheet, not going to put up with none of that cheating shit Fury do. Look at the outcomes. I told y'all that. Why are we surprised? Did I not tell y'all that? You know what I mean? Now, people want Deontay to retire, right? Cool. I've been wanting that. I didn't even feel like he needed to come back. It was no reason to come back. It's a wonderful feeling when your advisor, your financial advisors tell you, hey, what are you doing? You don't have to fight. You don't got to fight no more. But the warrior mentality of Deontay is not going to let him just sit still. Even after the last fight, when they had a lackluster performance against what's his name, Joseph Parker, I told you guys a couple times, whether it went over your head or not, I told you guys what I told Deontay. Right? I know that my Instagram is for me and my family. There are some people who do follow my Instagram, and I'm barely on there. But before the fight, I wrote a post stating exactly what I'm about to say now. I told Deontay certain things before the fight. I said the whole world don't have to know, but there was things that I said to Deontay that people probably don't believe that I said to him. Because for some odd reason, people just think there's a bunch of yes men around, and that's not the case because we all get into it. Me and Malik Scott had a bad argument about a year ago. Joey and Deontay get into it all the time. I stated what I had to say to Deontay after the Parker fight. We didn't get mad. We moved on. We didn't get mad. He took and heed into what I said, and it showed because I know what he did the last 5 months. I know what he did the last 5 months. I know he trained the last 5 months. You can't do anything about getting caught. But then there's people who's going at Malik. I'm seeing different videos about Malik. Well, guess what? How many of you guys, first of all, let me say this. People say, well, since he got with Malik this and Malik that and Malik this and Malik that, Malik this. If Malik is such a bad trainer, how many of you guys did you know that Malik just got himself another world champion? How many of you guys know he got another world champion? Be honest. How many of you guys know that he has another world champion? I'm going to wait for a minute. How many of you guys knew that Malik has another world champion? And he was with this fighter before he became champion. That's one. That's one person right there. So that proves my point. Nobody didn't know that. Nobody knew that until I started saying it earlier today. So if Malik's such a bad trainer, how come he got a world champion already? Did anybody else know that he also had Scrappy Ramirez, who just fought for a title as well? Did people not know that? If Malik is such a bad trainer, did people know that? Oh, the only thing about that, Scrappy lost. It was a close fight. Did people know that? Did you know he just had another fighter to fight for a belt? Do you also know he got an up-and-coming fighter who just fought for a WBA belt, but it's not a major belt, but it's up under the WBA. I think it's a WBA gold or something like that. He also had another fighter just to win that belt. So if Malik's just this horrible trainer, how is he producing these champions? How is he producing these champions? Now, what's crazy is the same shot that Deontay got caught with was the same shot that they drilled over and over and over in camp. Well, people would say, well, Deontay was gun shy. Well, Deontay was also following the game plan as well. I gave Deontay round number 1. I gave Zhang round number 2. I gave Deontay round number 3. I gave Zhang round number 4. He had a big round number 4 towards the end as well. Round number 5 was when things changed. Deontay started out hot. He landed like 2 or 3 right hands. In fact, in the 4th round, he uppercut Zhang. Right, he gave I think it was the third round. He gave the Zane the uppercut, and that was that right there kind of changed things. Zane kind of went back to the corner like, oh shit, right? So he came out very very aggressive in the fourth round. Fifth round, it wasn't really no more filling out. Right, Deontay started landing with the right hand. Couldn't really find the angle that he wanted to land, but then he landed his one right handed that kind of knocked Zane head back. What people don't know, Zane personally told me after the fight that he was actually shaking up from that right hand, but he knew that Deontay was coming back, so he played to sit in the middle of the ring. One of Zane's best attributes that I know for a fact that Malik Scott was taking pictures of. I know for a fact that different recordings that Malik had that he puts in camp and narrate the voiceover. We know that Zane's best punch was a check right hook. He likes to take a half step back and throw the right hook to catch you leaning, to catch you coming in. We know that that's his best punch. But guess what? Deontay got right hand happy and got caught. He got caught. There's nothing you can do. It was a great shot on Zane. There's nothing about anything. But you can't. But my thing is, people trying to say, well, Malik trying to change, but that's not true at all. that's that's far from the truth at all. People want somebody to blame when Deontay has said himself, it ain't nobody to blame but me. But it seems to me as you guys the one who wants the excuses when he ain't give you nothing to talk about. He ain't give you no fuel to talk about. Remy, what else I touched on, Remy?
You touched on a lot of the matchmaking that could have been for Deontay. That a lot of people like to have revisionist history about his career in general, and I think it's really sad because if you don't understand the context, then you will really paint the picture like it's gonna be real rough around the edges, and things won't be in the place they need to be in. And I thought it was really important to get you on and have you explain that, because a lot of people don't understand. It's like you said, they started really knowing about Deontay in the Brazil fight and the Fury fights. Like I feel like a lot of people already knew who Deontay was, but like you said, they weren't really behind him properly. As far as how you think we haven't had a heavyweight at the top level in so long beat a guy and get a belt and keep it for any amount of time, that he would be getting support in droves. But I think his vocalness, for his people and amongst other things, kind of may have made people have this real skewed view towards him. We also covered a bunch of stuff. We covered how all of a sudden people are turning into to mothers. Everybody's acting like they Deontay's mom, that like he don't know himself more than them. And I would love you to expound on that again, because a lot of people are writing him off, even though of course he did say things leading to retirement. But if he's still ready to go, he's ready to go. This is heavyweight boxing we talking about. Somebody's gonna get knocked out. Someone's
Right.
gonna get knocked out. This is not crazy. These dudes are fucking 6'6", 6'7", man. Like, what you expect? Somebody going down.
Right. So to expound on that part, it was a lot that you said right there, but to just expound on him being ready to go. However, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I felt as if he should have left it alone after the third Fury fight. People was acting as if they were blind to the fact to see what was going on. To this day, I bet people didn't know that the referee was changed 2 days before the fight. To this day, I bet people didn't know that the head guy from the Nevada Athletic State Commission stepped down, along with others stepped down. So I've always felt like if I know it was shit going on, something that I know for a fact. But again, and Deontay actually expounded on that in one of 78 interviews on his channel when he was in Saudi Arabia. He is standing on that. So I always point people back to that interview because he said a lot. And I think that interview went over a lot of people's heads. The thing about expounding on his career, I mean, listen, we all know, like he stated before, I want to fight the best. he's been trying to get these fights. He didn't get the Klitschko fight, right? I know that was one of the first fights that he was trying to get, was the Klitschko fight. And right after that fight, right before, he was in negotiations with it, it kind of felt like it was backstab situation because, of course, Shelly Finkel, who was his manager at the same time, and many people who know the story know that Shelly Finkel was Klitschko's manager. But you got to think in your head, I got both of my fighters fighting each other. What manager actually wants to do that? You know what I mean? What manager actually wants to do that? Charles Martin was with PBC or TGB, however you want to put it, right? It was with them. Al offered, offered the man the contract to fight Deontay. And of course, he went to go take more money with Eddie Hearn, basically selling his souls. Well, I ain't gonna say selling his belt, if that's what you want to say, right? Joseph Parker.
That's what he did, Tay. That's what he did, Tay.
Exactly. And I remember when Joseph Parker came to the Chris Arreola fight. I personally got the footage because I was in the locker room. I still got that footage to this day. And Joseph Parker came to the fight when they were supposed to be fighting each other next in contract negotiations. But what did he do? He went to go take more money with Eddie Hearn. But the thing about that is, when it came time for Deontay to fight Joshua, he was offered less than what all the guys who fought Joshua was going to make. How is it my whole thing is, how can you say this person don't want to? How can people say he ain't fought nobody, but people don't know that the same people that Joshua fought are the same people that were stolen away from Deontay? I get it. It's business. I don't blame nobody, right? I don't blame nobody because it is business. You're going to take the most money. I get it. If you want to sell your belt, cool. But my whole thing was, people say that Deontay can't fight. He can't box. He's a one-trick pony. He got skinny legs. Well, if he got all of this, why won't you fight him? Why won't you give him a shot? Oh, he's just a country boy from Alabama. Why won't you give that country boy from Alabama a shot if he's just that? If he's nothing, he's a bum. He's this, he's that. He can't box. He can't fight. If he's just nothing, why won't nobody fight him? Why you got to go take the bigger money? Think about it. Are you going to take the easier fight or are you going to take the harder fight? Now, based on the AJ and Deontay, who would be the easiest fight at that time? If they saying that he can't do this, he can't do that, he can't do this, he can't do that, it would make it seem like, damn, Deontay just washable, right? Well, why not fight him?
Tay, what about the slick maneuvering though, Tay? We talked about that too. We got too many cases, bro, at this point. And you seen me tweet this a couple months back. Remember when I pointed out, I was like, all this slick maneuvering that's been going on. You remember when I tweeted that about the way how he tried to offer him the fight in between a draw? All of a sudden, the devil in the detail noise, Eddie going out in the streets of New York, a demographic that's almost like going to New York and asking them, and going to New York in 2001 saying, hey, do you like Nelly? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what bothered me about that situation, because you asking older, it was, to be quite honest, bro, it was like older white people. I seen him in the video asking, do you know Deontay Wilder? These people don't watch boxing, bro. And you asking, do they know him, and using this as some measuring stick of why Deontay needs to take some extremely bullshit purse to fight AJ. That's bullshit. And then add to that the fact that, okay, you set the terms at 50 million. The money gets brought to you. The deal gets brought to you. Now we talking numbers on the table. Deontay said he'd be the B-side each time when asked. Never in any turn did he have a gripe about being the B-side. I can't. We talking about let's talk about different matchups of the same ilk, right, Tay? We could go to Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. The Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Now, was Bud completely cool with being the B-side? Hell no. He gave pushback about it, even though his numbers didn't even line up for him to do that. We go to Devin Haney and Tank Davis. Even though Devin Haney's numbers didn't line up, he gave pushback about being the B-side. We go to a bunch of fights. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, these big matchups, and we're not talking about on the pay-per-view scale. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the matchups that gotta happen, right? Never have I seen someone be so willing to be the B-side just to get it out the way of being an excuse.
Right. You're absolutely right.
And Tay, that type of shit is not respected properly.
Right. And I totally understand where you're going and what you're getting at. But to emphasize on that, I was stating on your platform earlier that yes, they did offer in between. The first fight and the second fight, but the only thing about that was what Deontay didn't mention, right? And that's what people want to run with. What people didn't know, only a certain people that I talked to, they knew that fight was a 2 to 3 fight deal from the beginning. I was there when the fight was made. I knew that the fight was supposed to be a 2 to 3 fight deal from the beginning. Even when they fought two different people, I think Deontay ended up fighting Brazil and Ortiz in between that time. The only reason why that happened because they was able to work out. The only reason that happened and worked out is simply because they wanted time
Fury to get an extra fight. Yeah, he was supposed to get an extra fight, and it basically was to build a rematch, right, Tay?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. But it was already contractually obligated. That's what that was about. But it's always been like that. Every time that Deontay was in contract negotiation with somebody, then they'll try to swoop in and say, whoa, what this person, that person, what's going on, right? Hell, they even when Deontay fought Helenius, they was trying to take Helenius as well. You see, they fought him afterwards. Helenius wanted to fight Deontay, give him a shot. He was by far the only person who didn't say, well, you know what? That's not enough money. They offered more money, but I'm going to take this fight over here. You know what I mean? So that was what that about. But, people got mad at me today or because I said that he said we ain't done yet. But how can you get mad at me? But if you've been following me all along, you already know where I stand. You can't get mad at me. You already know where I stand. I didn't want him to come back at the third fight. But as a brother, people look at this as far as boxing. I don't look at this for as boxing. This man is my real life child's godfather. You know what I mean? Our relationship is deeper than boxing. We don't talk about boxing all the time. We talk about other stuff. He got real life situations going on that I pretty much had to step in and like, bro, this is what's going on. We need to focus on this fight right now. I know other shit got going on. And one of his slogans for this past fight was, I needed that hurt. He actually was going through some shit beforehand, but he had to focus on this fight. You know what I mean? So, bro, it's deeper than just boxing. So when people say, oh, well, that's irresponsible of you to say and da. Bro, you don't know how I feel because you didn't ask. You going by what I said. Ask me. I don't bite. But I don't like being trolled either. Don't troll me because I ain't going to troll you. And you'll get blocked just like I just blocked somebody in the chat then, bro. All that trolling shit, man, it's 2024. Who the fuck still troll? I'm not with that. Talk to me like a grown man because I'm going to talk to you like one as well. Or talk to me like a grown woman because I'm going to definitely give you the respect and hear you out. I hear everybody out, whether I like it or not. But come trolling and you always got something negative to say, bro, that's bro, I don't respond to shit like that. That's the quickest way to get you blocked. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, that block button undefeated. It's undefeated and it's undisputed and it's undeniable. You know what I mean? I come as one. I come as peace. I always have, right? But I've had people UK people from the UK just come and say, "Well, say, look, I ain't trying to troll you. Let's just talk." Cool, let's talk. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. Let's talk. But there's also been people who I know who never really cared for Deontay, give me their thoughts, but I heard them out, bro. You see what I'm saying? It takes a man to do that, bro. I'm a man. I'm not with that trolling shit. But my thing is now, all of a sudden, everybody seem like they want to give Deontay their best wishes. They seem like they want to give Deontay his flowers. They seem like they want to give Deontay the best because they think that he's finished. They believe that he's done, right? But those are the same people who gave him the most criticism. Damn, where did that energy go? Because I would like for you to keep the same energy. Because you've never been on this side. You've never been on this side.
Say it's kind of like to be. You know how motherfuckers get. So let me go ahead and preface this. I'm not saying Deontay is Muhammad Ali, but I will say it reminds me of that because they waited till he was out of his moment to start giving him his flowers. Like the motherfuckers think Ali was just some beloved person. No, they fucking hated him when he was in his prime. When he was the baddest motherfucker on the planet. When Deontay was knocking motherfuckers out, putting them on their ass, and everybody from the UK to fucking New York City was ducking him, and or he wasn't getting the shots he was supposed to, or motherfuckers was popping dirty before they fought him. Nobody cared, bro. So you're right, and that's what it is.
Right. Absolutely, bro. Definitely. But still, no. But but like I say, my thing is, see, I'm texting him right now. Yeah, I'm texting him right now. But my thing is, don't wait to now to, he gave the heavyweight division excitement. He was fun to see and watch and see. No, because I know you don't like him. I've seen tweets of you saying this. I've seen posts of you saying that. I've seen the memes. I've seen all of it. Don't come now telling me, oh, he don't need the boss no more. We don't want to see him hurt. No. Where were you? Where were you this whole time? Because when I saw you, I know what you was doing. I know what you was doing. That's my only thing, bro. And people act like as if I can't be upset about that. Oh, I took it off, Lawrence. I took it off. People act as if I can't be upset because they give him his. It's not the fact that you give him his flowers, but it was the same people who was criticizing him for every little thing that he did, every little thing, and that's why even up to the lead up to the build up to this fight, that's why he was like, "Damn if I do, damn if I don't." No matter what I do, I'm gonna get criticized for it either way it go. My thing is, if he want to continue, why people are so concerned? I'm not talking about his fans. I know who his day one fans is. I know who his diehard fans is. I don't even have to say names. I know from Twitter to YouTube to people who's not even, you know what I mean, on social media. I know. A lot of times I don't say anything. A lot of times I just be watching. I don't say shit. I just watch. I watch you talk shit about him. I watch the negative things that you said. But all of a sudden, it's a whole different story because you don't want to see him hurt. Because you don't want to see him. Oh, I can't watch him get knocked out. No, but where were you when you criticized every fucking thing that he did? Where were you when every time he fought, you went against him? Where were you then? Don't come now. Don't come now giving me your sympathy because I don't want to hear it because I already know. See, people, you guys look at this as boxing. I don't look at bruh for boxing. And one person who would tell you outside of Remy, one person who would tell you that is this fella right here, 817. 817 know how I'm rocking. He know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing. You know what I mean? But how I feel overall, like I said before, this was what he said. I was just texting him like, shit, bro, look, we had a great run. You know what I mean? We had a great run. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Keep the same energy that you had before. Period. Keep the same energy that you had before. Period. I don't want to hear that shit. We ain't done boxing. I mean, we ain't done just yet. After I sent him a whole different text message, just saying, bro, my whole thing was, bro, don't beat yourself up about this. You just got caught by a punch that you didn't see. And you got right hand happy, and you threw a right hand with your left hand down and got caught. I mean, what you expect to happen? You know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up about it. We got to move on from it. I said we had a great run, bro. We had a hell of a run. If you look up at the scoreboard, we still winning. Yeah, and look, you can say that till he's using the tube to eat. But like I said before, I don't want him to box anymore. So that lets me know that you ain't been paying attention. So get what? That means you got to go make you another thing because you got to get the fuck up out of here. Like I said, I don't want him to fight no more. But because you want to be stupid and just want to talk, you got to go. Like I say, bro, I don't play the back and forth shit. Your ass get the fuck up out of here when I'm talking. I give a fuck who you is. Your ass is gone. Get up out of here. When I talk shit, we gonna talk like men, all that trolling shit. I'm not with that. You get up out of here. I don't know you and you don't know me. But again, like I said before, that's what he said. He obviously feels some way. But I feel as if like, damn, man, like I gotta support my brother. I ain't gonna let my brother go to war by himself. I want to win all the way out to Saudi Arabia. That's because I know one thing for sure. If it was me, he would do the same thing. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? That's like if my younger brother stay in Miami, and some shit was going on. You think I ain't for to just hop up on a plane and get to Miami? Or you think that I won't hop in the car and drive 12 hours? Hell nah. If he gonna go to war, I'm gonna go with him. That's how I'm cut. Been cut like that. Even with my oldest brother, we don't see eye to eye all the time. But guess what? One call, that's all. Y'all seen ESPN. You seen ESPN. I don't got to say nothing. If you know who my brother is, you seen ESPN. I ain't got to say nothing. One call, that's all, baby. I don't get touch. I do the touching. You know what I mean? So, bro, my thing is, I didn't want bro to come back. Nobody deserved him because no matter what he did or what he do, he's not going to ever get his full credit. But all of a sudden, he goes out. We never seen him really just KO or out of it like what Zhang did. It was a great fucking shot, bro. And you can't take nothing away from Zhang with the Zhang. But what's crazy is at the time that Zhang caught him, Zhang was actually hurt himself. And that personally came out his mouth from talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So it just now hit a little bit over 72 hours. And that's another thing, right? That's another thing. He finished the fight on his feet, not laid out. He beat the count, unlike some people didn't beat the count getting up, but they was given the opportunity. He beat the count. and he still was wobbly. Don't get me wrong, he still was wobbly. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who talk who don't know what they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? I seen one video, like, and I refer back to earlier. I seen one video, people, trying to discriminate Malik Scott. But again, how can you discriminate Malik Scott when Malik Scott has a world champion under his belt? How can you discriminate world Malik Scott, who had another fighter just to compete for a world title shot? How can you discriminate Malik Scott when he got an up and coming fighter who got a secondary WBA belt currently? And before me even saying that, a lot of people didn't even know that Malik Scott had other champions. But see, it's people like him who would say Malik is a trash trainer, but trash trainers don't have world champions. You name me one trash trainer who got a world champion. So by you saying that, get what? You don't know what you're talking about. You gotta go. Like I said before, you can't call somebody a trash trainer when they got world champions. The fuck is you talking about? That's my whole fucking point. No matter what anybody on the team do, it's never good for them. It's never satisfying for them. I've been saying that common sense. Been saying that. Remy, what else we had? What else we talked about over there?
We also talked about. I want to get into the shady business of the situations, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they not privy to the behind the scenes things, and now that it's like in the past, you can shed light on some of it that you weren't able to talk about in the moment. So with the opponents, right? A lot of people like to, like you said, they're trying to give them his flowers now, but there's also a lot of people who trying to take from it, and they using certain shit that never took place as the reason why, thinking that Deontay wasn't trying to make the fights the fans wanted to see, or the fights that would even just take him to the next level as far as with his resume is concerned, having more top 10 wins per se in just the division, or maybe so not the WBC. And we debunked earlier that a lot of his opponents were not ranked in the top 10. They were, and it's proof in the WBC rankings that you can go look at. So a lot of people just need to do basic research to find the answers to a lot of this stuff. But that's what we were talking about.
And you want me to emphasize what again?
Expound on why fights like the Charles Martin fight didn't happen. Why fights like Alexander Povetkin, just to recover with people who weren't around for those times, because a lot of these people don't know about this stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know about this stuff because one, they only started watching Deontay when he was 37-0, 38-0.
Exactly.
They don't know about a lot of this stuff.
We had to educate the kids today.
Right.
And over 900 people came to the space today.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. No, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Make sure if y'all are on Twitter X, make sure you following Remy's Corner for sure. That's where all the prolific interviews go down on Twitter. You know what I mean? All the top guys come to this platform, so make sure you check in with them. But Charles Martin, man, he was with PBC, Al Heyman, TGB Promotions at the time. He was offered a fight. He chose to go fight for more money against AJ. Povetkin, he popped dirty. You know what I mean? He popped dirty. He popped dirty. That fight never came back around. Fought Luis Ortiz. Of course, we all know that Joshua didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz after he was guaranteed a definite fight with Anthony Joshua after he fought Klitschko. Klitschko chose to go fight over there with what's his name, AJ as well. and Shelly Finkel was also the manager of Klitschko at the time, and it kind of made sense. Like, okay, with Shelly, he wanted the most out of it too. He probably was figuring that it would be Klitschko's last fight, but I don't want my two fighters going against each other. So to a certain extent, it's like, damn, Shelly, like if you're gonna still have one fighter, you still can have let the other fighter get the other fighter. You know what I mean? I mean, because it is the heavyweight division. It's just because they share a manager don't mean they're friends. You see what I'm saying? So it still could have happened. The Joseph Parker fight didn't happen. And Joseph Parker, he came over to Alabama to watch the fight with Chris Areola. He was in attendance. I still got that in my telephone from back in the day. I still got that. Um, and he went somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, man. A lot of people just don't. A lot of people just don't know, bro. They just don't know, bro. They just talk. Um, even we tried to get Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? Andy Ruiz didn't want to fight. He kept procrastinating along. Then out of nowhere he had surgery. But by that time, Deontay was done with it anyway. So it's just been it's been a long road with people, wanting to fight. But now that he has the opportunity to fight these people, it's all about him testing himself. You know what I mean? I don't I didn't feel like he should have fought Joseph Parker coming back, but he felt different, right? Even with the Zane fight, he was in the gym. I've told people what I've said to him personally after the fight. Even for the people who do have my personal Instagram page, although I'm barely on there, everything that I'm saying now is everything that I said on to him on a personal message upon that picture for this last fight. I said I don't have to tell the world what I don't have to tell the world everything that we discussed leading up to this fight, but you responded like a true champion and showed me that you listen. You know what I mean? So everything was everything, but he definitely has had the moments where he tried to uh and 8171 one of them, so you know what I mean. um Definitely definitely had the opportunity to expound on different things when it comes to these fights. He wanted to make the best fight. That was one of the things that I said earlier. There's a difference between a born champion and a made champion. A made champion, what I'm saying, they just gonna fight, whoever to get back around and get back up to make them feel good about themselves. A born champion gonna fight whoever the fuck you put in front of them, win, lose, or draw. That's the difference. And that's something that I've always said. And just like Deontay, he don't care who he fight. He always say he wanted to fight the best, and by him doing that, he's actually showing people that now. You know what I'm saying? He been trying to show people that. People thought that Brazil was going to knock him out. People thought that Luis Ortiz was going to knock him out. Hell, I didn't even want him to fight Luis Ortiz for a second time. You know what I mean? I didn't even want him to fight Luis Ortiz the second time, but he did anyway. You know what I'm saying? He had everybody on the edge of their damn seat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Who is Luis Ortiz the mandatory for?
Oh, for Anthony Joshua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure something out real quick. Continue.
Yeah. But that's basically what that was. That was that whole spill of his run. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say about Shannon Sharp was talking about Deontay's resume. Man, I don't listen when it comes to Shannon Sharp. Man, I don't hold nothing against Unc. Man, Unc don't know no better. Unc don't know nothing about boxing. I think it was who that was. Lauren was who was it? Somebody just had said something about Shannon Sharp. Oh, my guy Joseph Townsend. What's up with you, big dog? Said to hear Shannon Sharp say Wilder has a trash resume pissed me off. I mean, Shannon Sharp don't know about no better, man. But what they won't tell you is how all those guys was in the top 5, top 10 that he fought for um, through his title reign, 10 title defenses. You know what I mean? They're not gonna tell you that, but you can research that yourself and find out. It's right there for everybody to find out and see. You know what I mean?
And we also talked about just how he got into boxing in general and how like it was something I saw my boy NVO, shout out to NVO, host a bunch of boxing. He was talking about he refreshed me on that time period where Seth Mitchell was the one that everybody was looking at as the next heavyweight. You know, like in every way, Deontay was the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and a lot of people don't understand that shit. They thinking like he's never been the guy that they wanted to. Like he's overcame and overcame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's an overachiever, man. I mean, the great late Emmanuel Stewart was telling people before Deontay even turned pro that he would be a world champion. before he would, before he
Yeah,
even
I
turned
seen
pro.
that video where he prophesied. He said it's gonna be Fury and Wilder.
Yeah.
He
So,
said,
so if he said that back then, why do people say, "Oh, he can't box, he can't do this, he can't do that, he can't do this"? But the man, the legend himself, told you different. You know what I'm saying? So it just made me wonder. You know what I'm saying? It made me wonder about you know different things. Like I said before, man, he's not going to get his credit. But from what I've seen more people give him credit and flowers, sort of say this week simply because he was knocked out by Zhang than any other time. But those same people who are giving him flowers now are the same people who was criticizing him then. My thing is, why do you have something good to say now, but then everything else was negative that came out your mouth about him? That's my thing. But then you get upset at me when I say he said, not me. He said we ain't done just yet, baby. He said it. I didn't say it, but you get mad at me. You come at me. And then it was crazy is, they gave, start talking about Malik, and then, well, we see him doing this with Mark Breland. We see him doing with Mark Breland. Listen, I don't have anything to say about Mark Breland. He never did anything wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? That's between him and Deontay. But what I will say, like I said before, don't believe everything you think that you know. Because I know for a fact that there was times in the gym where Mark didn't say anything. And just to back me up, you had Brandon, who was also part of the Bomb Squad team. He was on Remy Spaces as well. And what did he say, Remy?
he said he barely even heard him talk.
Thank you. So I ain't got a cap about nothing. So for the people who can say, well, Mark Breland this, Mark Breland that, well, shit. Somebody else from the team who was on Remy, who Remy don't even know, came out and said that. So come on, man.
And even more so, like, who are these people to be trying to like come up with what they think Mark Breland relationship is with Deontay?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. And Deontay told y'all himself that they rarely even spoke. But people think that they know so much, man. And I ain't trying to shit on Mark because I don't have nothing against. I never said anything bad about dude at all. Only thing I said was he was the only person to give him water. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. I ain't lying about it. I don't have no vendetta or nothing against him, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how people can be mad at me right now. And one of the reasons why I came on is because I wanted to talk about the fight. Like I said before, I gave Deontay round number 1. I gave Zane round number 2. I gave Deontay round number 3. Although Deontay hit him with a nasty uppercut in the third round, Zane came back and had a pretty good fourth round. Kind of trapped Deontay in the corner a couple times. Got off at least 2 good body punches that I saw. He actually caught him with a check right hook. Well, a right hook. It wasn't a check, but he caught him with a right hook. And you seen Deontay pound his chest. Like shit, that's what's up. Let's get it. You know what I mean? And I was giving Deontay round number 5 because he started coming on, but he ultimately got caught in round number 5. So, yeah, and look at what Joseph Townsend said. And that's true. Look at what Joseph Townsend say. Joseph Townsend say, Hold
That's
on.
a fact. That's a fact too. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
it's true. You know what I mean?
Joseph Townsend speaking that real shit because that's exactly what the fuck motherfuckers was doing. They were saying he couldn't box then, and yeah,
Come on, bro. I ain't making this stuff up, bro. You know what I mean? I was saying what's happening. You know what I mean? See, that why see Moneyball just coming here just talking and don't know what he's talking about. How can you say a trainer trash when he got a world champion? So guess what? You gotta go. Can't, bro, you can't be a trash trainer if you got a champion. It's no way, that's impossible. You got a world champion. You just had another fighter to fight for a world championship, and then you got another fighter who has a secondary belt in the championship organization. What are you talking about? You can't come talking crazy over here because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Come on, crazy man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. Gotta go. It's simple. But uh that's what I want to talk about tonight, man. The fight, like I said before, got caught with his left hand down. And you know, when you get right hand happy, especially against the southpaw, those type of shits happen. Right? Those type of shit happen. Um, and again, you know, I don't know if Deontay is just saying that right now because that's how he is. But me knowing that he has a warrior mentality, like he's probably just saying that right now. But he did say in the build up and lead up to the fight that he would contemplate retirement. You know what I mean? But you know, as of right now, I do know for a fact that he said we ain't done just yet, baby. You know what I mean? Do I agree with it? I don't. But I am a supporter of my brother as well. You see what I'm saying? So anybody and everybody know I don't think he should have came back after the third Fury fight. And I emphasize nobody knew he was coming back until he had the statue revealing. That's when I found out he was coming back. Hell, that was when everybody found out that he was coming back because he announced it at the statue revealing. You know what I mean? So even then, I'm like, I'm happy as fuck, but I'm like, damn, I don't even want this shit. You know what I mean? I ain't want this shit to go like this. You know what I mean? Brothers, they don't deserve them. You know what I mean? But I can't be selfish. You know what I mean? I gotta let them do what we don't do. Salute to my guy, General Mr. 78 Sports TV. Salute to you in chat. One squad to the wheels fall off. And 78 was one of the few people who called me after the fight. You know what I'm saying? 78 was one of the few people who called me after the fight. He didn't have to, but he did. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is now he's saying that he ain't done just yet, and people trying to ridicule me based off what he said and not even asking me how I feel about the situation as a whole. How can you criticize and talk, you know, and say that, you know, this is unacceptable or this and the third about whatever I said based on the tweet? And like I said, when I say we, I'm talking about the whole team. He said, we ain't done. He's referring to the whole team. When I said we, I was referring to the whole team. But nobody had never asked me my personal opinion. Instead of asking me my personal opinion, but I mean, even a blind man can know that when I say we, obviously I'm not talking about just I. I said we. But how about next time ask me, well, shit, I know you said we, Tay, well, how you truly feel? Instead of just coming at Remy, you saw it? People try to paint me a certain way, talking about y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be happy till he in the wheelchair. Who the fuck is y'all? And
they
who
were
the
saying the same shit to me because I said it was an early stoppage.
you know what I'm saying? Like my thing is, who the fuck is y'all? And who the fuck is you talking to? Because I know you like y'all know one thing, you ain't talking to me like that, partner. Let's be clear. I know you ain't talking to me like that, you know. But at the same time, hey man, come on. Ask me. I am human. I don't bite. Ask me. Don't just say, "Oh well, you saying we." Da, 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 da. Nah, don't jump off the porch like that, bro. Because I try my best not to be disrespectful to anybody. But I ain't, I don't have the tightest screws up there. You know what I mean? And I don't be wanting to flip out on people. But come on, bro. It's easy to see in fine print. It said we. I never did say I said he coming back. I never did say I. Not one time. It said we. Because that's what he said. He said, "Do you feel like it's an early stoppage?" I don't feel like it was an early stoppage. No, and Remy asked me that earlier too. Remy asked me that earlier too. Uh, I based my decision off what I heard him say with my own ears in the back. I'm not gonna say what he said in the back because that's his business. I'm not gonna put that out there. But I didn't like what he said in the back, and it hurt me to hear him say that. Right? It hurt me to hear him say that. So when I base my decision if the fight should be stopped early, I'm basing it off what I heard. But what I seen is this. I've seen Deontay go through trials and tribulations. I've seen Deontay come out of adversity, i.e., his first title defense. Right? I've seen him come out of adversity in his first title defense. I've seen him come out of adversity, i.e., Luis Ortiz. Right? Even in the Chris Arreola fight, I see him come through adversity fighting with one arm. You know what I mean? Like I've seen him come through adversity, but I know he was hurt, and I know he would love to have to continue. I know he would love to have to go out on his own shield without anybody calling it off. This I know. So I do think that, you know what I mean, it was the correct call. And I based that off what I know what he said. But if I'm a fan just looking at it, if I'm just a fan looking at it, I do say it was too early because we've seen him come through adversity before. You see what I'm saying? So with me, it's really like a catch-22. One part of me say no, one part of me say yes. But I stand firm on the part that says yes based off what I know personally. You know what I mean?
Facts, facts. That's why I like to make sure when you come on, you get to really say what the fuck you need to, because a lot of people like talking out of fucking school. You get on my nerves, bro. So like that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this. That's why I love that you get to create your own narrative with this, bro. For real,
Right.
for real. A lot of this shit is going left. And I told you, like, either way, especially when you told me he was he trying to get back in. It's like, nah, like it's his decision to make, period. Like people trying to create all this sad energy around this shit. It's like, nah, bro, it's not that. This is boxing. This is boxing. Like, don't forget that shit.
Right. So he said, was that something you heard him say during the no, it was after the fight. It was in the back. But yeah, man, like uh, man, my thing is if you ain't been giving him his just due and all of a sudden he get knocked out and all of a sudden you want to come around and you want to say, oh well, he gave us a hell of a ride, a hell of a career, da da da. Well. He was the same person criticizing him. He was the same person going against him every time he fought, i.e. Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So, like, where is this new transferable energy supposed to go? Because it can't come over here. You can't come to trying to defend now. Nah. No. Stay where you were. Don't come try to tell me, or, well, because I said we, ain't nothing to really get mad about. If you understand what I said, I don't even got to keep saying the same thing when I say we. man. But it's definitely refreshing to get to talk about the fight. You know what I'm saying? It was actually to me a chess match up until because they both big punchers, bro. There's no doubt about it. Zane can crack. You know what I mean? Um, and I think that's something we all know. You know what I mean? He can fucking crack, right? But at the same time, it was interesting to see who was gonna land that big punch first. You know what I mean? It definitely was interesting. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed all the fights. I enjoyed fucking Daniel Dubois and Philip Herkovich. You know what I mean? I actually sat right behind his family during the Daniel Dubois fight because I just wanted to go chill before the main event. I wanted to just go chill and have some time to myself. You know what I'm saying? And before coming back ringside with some of the other people on the team and shit. You know what I mean? I wanted to just go and enjoy the fight. So I got a chance to watch the Daniel Dubois fight and Philip Herkovich, the Bivol fight. That was a great fight to me as well. Bivol, you know what I'm saying? I still believe that bit of BF knocks his blocks off, but Bivol is definitely a master at keeping that jab in your face and throwing that 1-2 down the pipe. I love every bit of what Bivol do inside the ring, but I still got better BF winning that fight. Uh, the Ray Ford and Nick Ball fight was a hell of a fight as well. And what's crazy is I didn't get to see the whole fight. Right, I seen middle of that fight, and I see, like I said, I seen middle of that fight. But when I came in and started watching the Ray Ford fight, I actually seen Ray Ford putting in a lot of work. And I started watching maybe around 6, 7, 8, somewhere along in there. I started watching the fight. It looked like Ray Ford was putting in a lot of work. But when I looked to go look at, my odds, I seen Ray Ford at like a plus 550. I was like, man, ain't no way, ain't no fucking way he at plus 550 because I've been looking at this fight and I've been seeing him getting Nick Ball ass. Now Nick Ball was getting back with him too. Now let's be clear. He was getting back with him too. You know what I mean? He was putting in some work too, but it wasn't as much work that I seen Ray Ford putting in. Now a lot of people said they had it 7-5. Some people said they had it a draw, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, me looking at it for the last couple of rounds, and I think it was like I think it was probably like round 6 or 7 when I started seeing it. And it looked like as if Ray Ford won all those rounds to me as well.
He was hurting Nick Ball in the later rounds too. Like,
Yeah, he was. And Nick Ball was staggering and stumbling over the place too. I saw that. So that's what made me like, wait a minute, I gotta go back and watch it again. You know what I mean? Because
Ray
I didn't
did give up some early rounds though. Ray did give up some early rounds
see
just
that,
off
and that's what I say.
activity.
I didn't see the early rounds. I only saw from like round 6 or 7, I believe it was. So
Yeah, he was like Nick Ball was landing that uppercut real often early. He would just he was crowding him like he'd get close up on Ray, throw a lot of combos, flurries and shit, and make it look good for the judges. So it looked like he was tagging Ray up at points. So I felt like, and I thought that too watching the fight. I'm like, man, damn, they gonna give him credit for that shit. Like I could tell, like Ray was letting him do it too much.
yeah, yeah.
He stole some rounds like that.
Okay, so like I said, I gotta go watch that fight again. But man, it's time for him to move up anyway. I think 130 be better for him. Time for a move up. I like everything. Um, I like everything Ray Ford be doing though. You know what I mean? So I hope I know he'll get back on the winning circle. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to go to 130 before he even had that fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he got paid some good money having that fight. So yeah, man. I actually like I say, I don't have nothing against Nick Ball, man. I like, man, Nick Ball, man. Look, it's so funny because when you watch him on TV, you see he's just a short, stalky, relentless fighter. But when you see him in person, he's so fucking small. It's like you can blow him. You can pause. It's like you can blow. You know how you blow like a whistle, like you blow on somebody, and it's like you can blow on him.
Yeah,
He'll fall.
right. Yeah.
Feel like it's like he's so small you can blow, he'll fall down. That's how small he is. So I gotta make sure I say Paul. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's how small he is, bro. Like he's little as fuck. You know.
Yeah, he
So
look like he like 5'2" or some shit.
man, he little as shit, bro. Little as shit, but he just stalky as fuck, man. You know what I mean? To me, he's little as shit, bro. I mean, this kid is little, but he's a fighter, man. He's a fighter. I like that he's mean, he's grimy, he's dirty. I like that. You know what I mean? And but I did feel that, Ray, people thought that Ray was gonna box him. That's what people thought. People thought that Ray was gonna box him. When I seen Ray sit in the pocket with him, giving him shots and hurting Nick as well, I'm like, fuck, he different. You know what I mean? But I do feel like Ray could have just boxed him and still beat him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't want to keep holding up, man. But I had to get that off because I believe people got the wrong impression. Like I say, if you've been following me, I haven't wanted Deontay to fight after the third Fury fight. But of course, that's my brother. I'm very supportive of him. You know what I mean? As I know, if the shoe on the other foot, he'll be supportive as well. You know what I mean? So he states that we ain't done just yet, baby. That's what he states. But who knows? When everybody come to, giving him his time to reflect and rethink, it may or may not change. But me knowing him, I doubted it would change. But I'm with him till the wheels fall off. Win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? Ain't no changing in this bitch. It is what it is. It's one's bomb squad or no way. You know what I mean? And I definitely tied to a lot of different people, but nah, this is family, outside of boxing. You know what I mean? This is family outside of boxing. And people asked me today, what did I think about? I seen Joseph Thomas said, "What do you think about Dubois' chances of beating AJ?" Uh, I mean, I don't really know, but maybe AJ fighting Deontay next. I don't know. That fight could still be happen because ain't AJ the one who said that he'd rather fight Wilder on his terms and when he has the better advantage to put him in position to win. Now it looks like he has that, right? So why can't that fight happen if Deontay say he's not done yet? Me personally, I know that people were saying that Deontay was set up to fight Jared Anderson. Me personally, it was a reason why Joshua was sitting ringside, you know. So you say how long was Vada testing? They was definitely testing. There's a lot of testing. There was a lot of testing. A lot of testing. I tell you this. I know we ain't have to take Ostarine. I know we ain't have to take Ostarine. I know that.
Exactly. Hey, I can't wait to tell you what I got coming about that.
Yeah, for sure, man. I actually seen, my brother Champside been cooking on that shit too. So I already know, man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Champ Side, my guy, for sure. Shout out Champ Side for sure.
He been cooking on that shit, man. I was supposed to go on Champside today. I was over on your platform, but I'm gonna get with Champside later on. You know what I mean? But there was a lot of testing, but we ain't have to take no Ostarine. I know that, and we ain't have to take no supplements either.
Real shit. We don't fuck with that Ostarine, that raspberry lemonade Ostarine.
Yeah. We won't fuck with that though. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I think people. He said no super carbs. Yeah, I wanted to get that off my chest because I think people have the wrong impression when they shouldn't have that impression. But I don't think I had to tell anybody on the channel that because everybody on the channel know I didn't want Deontay to come back. You know what I mean? Everybody know that I felt how I felt. Everybody know that my story never have changed. You know what I'm saying, about any of the things that I ever said. Everybody know. You know what I mean? Um, Said, don't know, man. The boy seems suspect. Chins that many improvement has become louder signs of steroids. Yeah, just like Ryan. Yeah. Just like Ryan, just like Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, yeah, same shit. But I'm not gonna put that on Daniel Dubois because I don't believe that as well. I think if you ask me, like I said before, I think Dubois has gotten better over these last couple fights. He actually have fighting Alexander Usyk, fighting who that was Alexander Usyk and fighting it was somebody else that he fought. Fighting those type of guys, Jarrell Baby Miller. You know what I mean? He said, uh, uh, I just feel as if you know what I
You
mean.
was
Like,
talking about one of his losses. You talking about Joe Joyce?
no, I said he's gotten Big Baby Miller, not Big Baby Miller, but Daniel Dubois has gotten better. Like
Yeah, I
those
thought you was talking about like who his losses.
those
Who he
wins
lost.
that those losses that he has, he's continued to get better. Even after the Joyce fight, he gotten better. Even after the Usyk fight, got better. He came back, fought Big Baby Miller, who was I'm not gonna say Big Baby Miller's a slouch, but he was a person who was finally off steroids, so he didn't look the same. But Big Baby Miller got that experience that Dubois didn't have. You see what I'm saying? So he's gained that experience. And then he fought Philippe Horgovic, who was pretty much, a mandatory for Joshua, who Joshua never fought. And then he was a mandatory for Alexander Usyk as well, who Usyk didn't want to fight either. So it's like, damn, everybody was running from this one guy named Philippe Horgovic, and Daniel Dubois went in there and got the job done. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna put that on Daniel Dubois back, but I do believe that he's gotten better over these many
Hey,
months.
hey, I just want to point out I picked Daniel Dubois to win that fight too. I knew he was gonna win.
Yeah, man. I mean, uh he's definitely been active and he's definitely been fighting. Like I said before, when you fight those championship caliber fights, it's only one thing gonna happen. You're gonna be barbecue and mildew. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get better or you're not. You're gonna learn from it or you don't. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But man, I appreciate you, bro, because I knew I wasn't gonna remember to everything to cover. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you, bro, for sure. I'm gonna
Of
go ahead
course,
and wrap.
bro. Anytime, bro. You already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this joke up because my eyes starting to roll and I'm tired, and that my body gotta adjust back to East Coast time and not the other side of the world.
Yeah, bro. Fresh off the international.
Nah, for sure, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired, bro. I ain't even been to sleep yet for real. For sure. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. And if you have it, you don't know what was said, just go back and play the replay once I'm finished. But with that being said, I'm out. Remy, you want to tell them folks where to follow you at, bro?
At WSB Remy on X and on Instagram. And I got my link trees and all the apps to follow me on everything else. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Anytime, family. For sure. I appreciate you. But man, I'm out. I'm definitely gonna start back going live. I've been going live. Went live last week, like 3 times. Um, and I'll be going live another 2-3 times this week. So catch me while you can. With that being said, I'm gone. Love, peace, happiness, and hello world.